Hello everyone, good afternoon here in Twin Ring Motegi here in the Tochigi province. Welcome everyone to the 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan series. It's round 3 of the Tsuyo series as we win here, right here in Twin Ring Motegi. While the World Endurance Championship currently racing at Fuji Speedway for 6 hours, we're going to start the Tsuyo series race here in Twin Ring Motegi. We're going to be taking a look into the track map here. Unfortunately, we have been giving it a bit of an update. It's round 3 of the Tsuyo Zako series. We've already done the Zako series part. Now it's time to do the Tsuyo series. And the race in question is of course the Motegi 500. Track length 4.796 kilometers. The actual track length and 14 corners in total. We're also going to be taking a look at 53 laps over 250 kilometers. We've seen drivers get past the 153.9s in, or rather 153.3s in qualifying. So we can expect a lot more in the. So we can expect. Yeah, the target lap time 153.986, but we've seen drivers get into the 153.3s. It's round 7 of the overall season. Last race before we get into the season finale at Suzuka. Of course, the track is nestled within the hills of Tochigi, and of course, this track is built in 1997 as the test facility for Honda. But it's also seen events from Super Formula, Super GT, MotoGP, and I believe Super Taikyu as well. So let's take a look into the Zako standings after essentially round the 3 races in the Zako series. As we mentioned here, Sean Gold now actually has a near 100 over 100-point lead coming to the race at Suzuka, but we're only going to be showing this very briefly because we're also going to be showing to you the Tsuyo series standings after 2 races before the Motegi 500 race. And as you can see here, Rim Olgor leads the field by 75 points over Rai Kaczynski, second place. Kyle Williams is the best non-Lexus driver. He is about 200 points behind Rim Olgor. Vlasta Demashnev also not far behind Kyle Williams. He's only behind by 1 point. He sits in 4th place. As Sky 5th for Kazami Roja. Shaki Reza is looking to bounce back after absolutely disappointing showing in Sepang. Shaki Reza not far behind in 7th. Lorenzo Ricci 8th. Yu Cheon 9th and Hofu Mir in 10th place. You can see who they are, who these drivers are representing in front of your screen. And then we have Isakari Jimekalep 11th, Izay Goodwin 12th, Danilo Goyana 13th, Crossing Crashio 14th, and then we have Irene Nakamura 15th, Sean Pauly 16th, Jeff Rohan 17th, and Sobyong with a solitary point in 18th. Crystal Salman and Alex Grant have yet to open their score sheets, with them not having scored a single point in the first 2 races in the Tsuyo series so far. but hopefully with some original uniform outings, especially for Solomon and Aski, Solomon is looking to find some fortunes around here in Twin Ring Motegi. And it's an interesting view here in Twin Ring Motegi as we're about to get this qualifying session properly underway. So just to introduce the commentary booth for today, my name is Mamashad Reza in the commentary booth, and alongside me is, well, no one, it's literally just me. So we're actually just going to get the qualifying session underway very soon. And right now we are looking at the Lexus cars being hammered down with ballast. So the Zako series drivers have been given the same amount of ballast as Tsuyo drivers right now, but they've been showing a lot more skill here as they were able to get themselves into a podium position, or rather close to a podium position, as what Shango attested. But then again, there are multiple other Nissans in front of them have actually crashed. So that being said, let's see if there are any fortunes to be changed. We've got a few drivers coming out on track, one of them being Isakaji Mikolev and the other is Mamashita and Reza. So that being said, the qualifying has finally started here in Twin Ring Motegi, and of course Isakaji Mikolev is carrying the decals of Sakura Miko's first solo live concert, Flower Fantasia, on the side of the car. Apologies for the slight intermission, there was a bit of a disturbance, but right now not many cars are out on track right now, but that has changed. Tyler Williams also out on track, Yu Cheon as well, Jake Goodwin, Ho Fu-mi, Damashnev and Raj Kaczynski as well, Rasin Karasio as well, and then we got So Byung-eun. We've got multiple cars still in the pit lane. There's Salman, there's Nakamura, there's Olgor. So right now we are not expecting the Lexus cars to really crack into the top 10 after their dominant showings in the first two races resulted in them getting ballast. Now here's the funny part about Twin Ring Motegi. It has 4 sectors instead of 3. You can thank bike racing for that. So anyway, Shatan Reza just going to get himself across the line. More drivers getting out on track. There's still Salman, there's still Nakamura, there's still Olgor, Goyena, and Lorenzo Ricci. Lorenzo Ricci is just getting out. And Isakaji Mikolev is just about ready to cross the line. Shatan Reza is already at turn 11. Then there's Salman, there is Nakamura, there is Goyena. So I don't think this will disturb Shatan Reza as much unless Olgor has anything to say about it. And here's Mikolev and Goyena in a battle of their own, not really what Mikolev wants. So let's go. I'll go on board a driver here as we're about to go into a hot lap here in Twin Ring Motegi. Hofumi in question. So you can see here, easy at this turn 13 and 14 chicane. Then we're exit from turn 14 for you to absolutely start this flying lap here in Twin Ring Motegi in this number 1 Tokino Sora Nissan. Break around 75 meter mark into turn 1. Treat this turn 1 as a single corner despite the corner having 2 ABCs. He affords to take some extra space on the inside curve at the exit of turn 1. And there's another pretty decently length back straight. Use the around just before the 70 meter mark to break yourself into turn 2. And then flat out into turn 3. No problem here. They got another long back straight coming into the first of 4 sectors, 29.752 for Hofumi. And then around between the 150 meter mark, break into turn 4, or absolutely has to use the full steering lock there. And then into turn 5, just about flat, he has to lift a bit just to make the corner. And into the S section, 50.160 on the second sector. Then coming into turn 9, use the curve as a brake marker, and then into turn 10, or rather that's turn 9, and then coming into turn 10 hairpin, brake just around at the 50 meter mark, for you to set up your car here. Go for the late apex at turn 10, or the exit at turn 10 for you to get your leg stretch on this very long back straight. Mikolev has already crossed the line 158.325. Very interesting. And then into turn 11, you can brake it at 100-meter mark before you get into turn 11, and then into turn 12. Touch a bit and then lift a bit before braking into turns 13 and 14 to carry as much speed as possible in this final chicane. That should be a lap here in Twin Ring Motegi, here as demonstrated by Hofumi in the Tokinosaur number 1. Slower lap times here compared to everyone else. Reza is getting close there to the rest of the field. Well, essentially the qualifying times in the Zako Series race, 154.341. He currently is in provisional pole. Reza trying to atone for the Sepang mishap. And now Reza really needs to hope that Rim Olgor doesn't get into the top 10. And he sincerely hopes that it's going to be the case. He's already done his part, as he's currently setting his Himamori Luna number 31 Honda in pole position, well, provisionally on pole position. There's still 9 minutes to go in qualifying. There's still 9 minutes to go in qualifying, and still a few drivers looking to set their times. Jeff Rohan has set his lap, and looking at Wamashake Freza and Etsky, who is about to cross the line, as well as Sean Pauly. Let's see where they will land in the timing tower. Chakareza 8th, Etsky 7th, Sean Pauly 2nd, and then we have the Alex Grant in 8th place. There's also Lorenzo Ricci coming up, and Irene Nakamura, Crystal Salman also following. Ricci only good enough for 14th, Nakamura good for 3rd, Salman 3rd, Mikolev now in 3rd, Goyena in 10th. Shazran Reza, does he get some improvements? The answer is going to be no. Shazran Reza is still going to be in provisional pole. We're still going to be checking on the circumstances surrounding Rim Olgor. And just going to check where Rim Olgor is. Rim Olgor hasn't really gotten out of his pit box yet. Just looking into his pit box, he's currently still stuck on the pit lane. And if he's not able to start his car for qualifying, he's not able to set his time in qualifying, then he's going to be setting himself at the back. And of course, the ballast absolutely showing this time for the Lexus drivers in the Tsuyo series, with the Mashnev at 3.1 seconds behind Shazran Reza's time, and 5 tenths behind Jeff Rohan, the slowest Nissan Honda driver. Meanwhile, we got Hofumi and Seo Byung-eun currently trading blows between each other. This is going to be an interesting fight, though, in the battle into turn 1 there. Sean Pauly currently in 2nd place, looking to get his first All GT3 win since the Fuji Summer Races in 2022. Shazran is going to be looking for his first win of 2024. Last time he won at Suzuka in pretty accurate motorcycle control. We'll accept that as a win anyway, because the circumstances on how the original winner, Liam Kai, who represented Rosenthal at the time, how he got it, it was due to him crashing another driver out of contention for the win. So the Monster got a penalty that time, and Mikolev was out of the track, and Shazran Reza was running 3rd. So at this point, we're going to be taking a look at Shazran Reza's most realistic chances of winning a Hololive GT3 race here in Twin Ring Motegi. And right now, we are going to be looking at some concerning images in the Ozar Subaru garage, as Olgor is still not out of the car just yet. So you can see here, Olgor is looking to get something in his car to make sure, and I was also going to give a bit of a hurry on to essentially the entire garage for him to get the Ozar Subaru number 48 immediately prepared. But right now, he's not even out on track. So from one end to the other, suddenly we have a bit of a reversal of fortune. While in Sepang it was Rim Olgor who won, and Shazran Reza in on the back foot Now it's Chazan Reza on provisional pole and Rim Olgor on the back foot. Meanwhile, got So Byung-eun currently in 10th place as more battles are currently looking to take shape. Top 6 currently are for the Team Honda drivers. Goyena in 11th place for Sada Pecora, Alex Grant for Ikan Alam, and Jeff Rohan for Tokyo Toa are remaining exceptions. Jeff Rohan now gets into 15th place. Salman 4th, Mikalev 3rd, and Sean Pauly 2nd. Here's a train of cars. It won't be likely that Shadar will be improving on his own time. It doesn't matter about that for now, unless Sean Pauly cooks up something absolutely huge. But of course, he's got Ed Sky and Mohammad Shakif Reza in front. So it's going to be a bit of an interesting sight to see how these events unfold. Well, I just wanted to check on the situation. Goyena sees an improvement here. Now gets up into 7th place, setting a 155 344 for the Sarapecora driver. Lorenzo Ricci, whoever is behind Lorenzo Ricci is probably not going to get any lap time improvements. An interesting sight here in Twin Ring Motegi. Lots of racing action to come outside of Hololive GT3 and Formula Hololive, outside of hero competitions, as well as there's also, I believe, the World Endurance Championship round at Fuji, 6 hours, and then there's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, multiple events in NASCAR and IndyCar today as well, later today. Kaczynski does get improvements, but he's only good enough for 19th. Rim Olgor is not getting his car ready. He will, at this rate, will start at the back of the field in last place. So already there's a bit of concern in, there's already extra amounts of concern because right now the Lexus cars are currently at the back of the field. Kyle Williams currently in 8th. Ed Sky is only 13th. Rohan is 14th. Sean Pauly now getting into the pit lane as we speak. Tyler Williams still the best non-team Honda driver. Right now it's going to be the Honda show. We've already seen that with the Zako series. It was Kizuhara Liu who took the win above Ray Liu and Takahashi Pin. David Glover is the only exception where he finished 11th for 12. Looks like Tyler Williams is also going to be heading into the pit lane. Meanwhile, we have Alex Grant coming into the final chicane for him to start another flying lap, just to continue getting some time in. Grant still in 16th. Williams, Crosio, Cheon, Byung, and Fumi and Sky sitting between 8th and 13th. Honda cars finally being able to show what they're made of to try to get themselves closer to the title. So 5 drivers in the pits right now, including, excluding Ring Olgor. If we include him, that will be 6. Reaching the pits, Williams as well, good win. And Reza and Sean Pauly finally just recently got out of the pits as well, but Reza is now looking to gain some time with Yu Chae-yeon currently out on track, going to set to impede both of them. If you want to know what Shazan Reza is thinking in recent times, Shazan Reza is really looking for those 200 points for him to at the very least close the gap to Rim Olgor to 50 before the final race at Suzuka. And if you want to ask Shazan Reza about his chances of making it count on those 2 tracks, Shazan Reza is going to fancy something. Actually, he's going to be fancying something really nice if he tries hard enough. Right now, Sean Pauly is pulling away from Yu Chae-yeon, who's currently sitting in 10th. Now, Shazan Reza is hoping that Yu Chae-yeon is going to be getting out of, getting herself into the pits to allow Shazan Reza to go for one more flying lap. But right now, we're also going to be focusing on Sean Pauly in due course, as Sean Pauly is already past Yu Cheon. Shazhen Reza is not past Yu Cheon. Alex Grant improves. He's now up in 13th. Bumps Alex Ed Sky down in 14th. And just want to remind everyone that we still have issues with the championship mode, so we're running this race in weekend mode, just like what happened yesterday. This is to properly check on the... Well, this is to essentially properly ensure a fair system for both of the races. Sure, the championship processing will take some time later, but at least it's going to be fair. Anyway, Sean Pauli has already started his final flying lap. So we're going to be focusing solely on Sean Pauli, as others are still stuck behind Yu Cheon, so this is already a lost run. Oh, absolutely on the attack. Turns 2, turns 3, still flat. Only 1/10 between Sean Pauli and Shazren Reza. Shazren Reza only able to look onto Sean Pauli. Meanwhile, Shazren Reza is going to be forcing his way against Yu Cheon. As you can see, both of them almost went side by side, but Yu Cheon's still ahead. So you can see here, Sean Pauli has already gained about nearly 0.3 of a second on already the first 2 sectors. Now coming into the next 2 sectors, this will be crucial onto seeing who will be on pole position, because Sean Pauli is currently red hot on that Inugami coordinate number 56 Honda. Onto the hairpin. Next timing tower is around at the back straight here, coming into turn 11. And he will be coming up for it now. And you can see he's already lost a good amount of time on the 3rd sector, 1:37.51. So it's going to be touch and go to see if Sean Pauli can gain some time on the final sector into the chicane. Try to go for it as tidy as he can. And here comes Sean Pauli coming across the start-finish line, and he's not going to improve. Shazren Reza doesn't need to think too much when looking at Sean Pauli's lap times being sent. And we also have confirmation that Rim Olgor is going to be starting at the back of this race as well. So this is already a very, very good scenario for Shazren Reza, as he's now in pole position for Himimori Luna. And I believe this is the first time he has done so since, I believe, Fuji 2023 in the Our Bright Parade 500 race. So, just wanted to get a bit of a review on qualifying. Shazren Reza getting the job done. The Lexus ballast suddenly properly showing up in the properly showing up in this qualifying. So we are looking at some pretty stark differences. So right now the Lexus cars are really not showing up, being about 1.4 seconds slower than the pack. So we're just gonna have to proceed with this as usual. And now, due to Rim Olgor not getting out, he will be registered as 21st behind the safety car, but it will still be last place anyway, so it's still inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. So that being said, let's get ourselves into the grid for the starting lineup for the Motegi 500 race. Shazren Reza currently in pole position for Himimori Luna. His first pole, I believe, since Fuji 2023, alongside Sean Pauli, who starts on the front row for Inagami Coronet. Isekaji Mikalev, 3rd place for Sakuramigo, with 4th place Crystal Salman for ASCII. He's going to be looking to try to get himself into the podium and maybe a good result as well. Ari Nakamura, 5th for Akai Hato, 6th place for Jake Goodwin for Okami Mio. Arguably, this will be Mio's home race due to the proximity of Tochigi and Gunma. And then we have Daniel Goyana, 11 for Sadaka Pekora. First Nissan out here is Tyler Williams, 8th for Amane Kanata, with 9th place Rasim Karashio for Mapless Darkness. 7th place goes to Takane Louise's Yu Cheon with Sobyang, and 11th for Sharanoi Flair. 12th goes to Hofumi for Tokyo Sora, with N-Sky 13th for Kazamai Roha. Alex Grant 14th for Yukanda Lami, with Jeff Rohan 15th for Tokoyami Toa. Okay, Reza starts 16th for Nene, and Rosenthal member Vlasa Damasha will start 17th as the first Lexus car out on track. Lorenzo Ricci 18th for Hosha Marine. 19th place goes to Raja Kaczynski, and while 20th place will go to the safety car due to Rim Olgor not even getting out on track, we will consider Rim Olgor as starting last in this race for administrative purposes for Ozura Subaru. And so we got a race probably on our hands. We got multiple cars already lining up. We got Shazin Reza looking to capitalize on this opportunity against all odds. He's now 250 points behind Rim Olgor in the championship battle for Tsuyo, for the Tsuyo Series Glory and for the overall title in Hololive GT3. This is what Shazin Reza has been looking for all these years. Let's see if he's able to get it done. Cars already lining up across the line. Shazin Reza on pole position with Sean Pauly in second place here in Twin Ring Motegi. The Motegi 500 Tsuyo Series race is a go. 53 laps are already starting to count down. Drivers already coming into turn 1. Shazin Reza now having to battle against Sean Pauly, who's having a pretty good start. Festo Salman from out of nowhere beats his Gen 0 teammate. He's now up into third place, but Sean Pauly, against all odds, has taken the lead away from Shazin Reza with an inside line move into turn 1. Oh, and there's contact further back. That's Jay Goodwin. Looks like made contact with Irene Nakamura, and that's going to bunch up the field. Now Irene Nakamura is going to force her way into 5th place. We heard there was contact. But right now, Jake Goodwin is not going to be pretty happy about this, as he's now having to fend off against Danilo Goyena. Sean Pauly leads this Motegi 500 Tsuyo Series race ahead of Shazin Reza, ahead of Salman, Mikolev, Nakamura, Goyena, Goodwin, Williams, Karashio, Che Yon. And it looks to me that Rim Olgor's nightmare start has finally been realized. He has been able to get his car out on track in the first place. He hasn't been able to get out on the grid. So absolute nightmare for Rim Olgor, as he is going to be seeing his championship gap get closed down just like that. And of course, one part of it is done, and his nightmare will be probably realized if Shazin Reza wins this race, and the gap gets dropped down to 50 points. But he's just hoping that if Shazin Reza finishes 10th or lower, or rather 9th or 10th or lower, so then Shazin Reza will no longer be in title contention. And also with Raja Kaczynski not scoring in the points as of right now, this will also mean that the gaps have remained at 75 points. That's just Olgor just hoping that that sort of situation is happening. But right now, you can see here that the BOP is showing its course, and the Lexus cars are absolutely struggling to keep pace. The Mashem is already 2 seconds behind Shazin Reza as we speak. Shazin Reza also keeping tabs against Crystal Salman. Sean Pauly, no strangers to leading this race. No strangers to leading races these days in this season. He last led at Autopolis, but of course, Sean Pauly was involved in a collision with Danish Dragami Fubuki driver Richie Rod, and Rod came out of the pits and sent him out into retirement. Sean Pauly was given a hefty time penalty. As a result, he was leading when he crossed the line to win that race, but at the end of the day, with his penalty, he would be out of it entirely, and the win was given to Jeff Rohan in that Tokoyami Toa number 10. Alex Ran overtaken by his fellow Gen 5 teammate Mohamed Shakib Reza. This is for the last points paying positions. Right now, the top 3 in the Team Honda camp are just keeping it cool right now. Sean Pauly looking for his at least first podium of the season. He's looking for his first win of the Hololive GT3 season. Shazin Reza and Crystal Salman performing very, very well for their recent talented performances in original uniform so far. Of course, Shireza has the support of Himari Luna, and meanwhile we also have a bit of a battle between Sky and Jeff Rohan though. Rohan on the inside, or rather on the outside of Sky, tries to fend off Sky's move, and actually manages to do so. Sky was on the attacking end at the hairpin in turn 10. Meanwhile, Shireza now has the fastest lap of the race, 156.251. Still needs to find a way against Sean Pauly. Lap race already starts, so let's take a look into the race field monitor. Shireza is probably most likely going to be going for at least 22 laps or around 20 laps of running before he will be pitting. This will be a bit in a doubtful end. As you can see here, Shireza might actually be pitting twice in this regard. Another pit stop mishap, but I think, or rather the strategists think that it is probably early enough for Shireza to stay out and go for a full tank run, because you can see here it's only at 54 liters at around 18 laps. So if he tops it all out, it will be 36, if assuming it goes into 110. So right now Shireza is trying to find some trust onto the engineers and the race strategists that the strategy will be the best. Meanwhile, Shireza and Sean Pauly have pulled away from Crystal Salman, who's dropped back. Mikolev is just about trying to catch Salman in his grasp. It's a Honda party right now in the top 7. In Honda's is essentially home track, one of 2 home tracks actually, the other one being at Suzuka. So right now, these Team Honda drivers are going to be looking for something in this stage of the season. Honda hasn't had a lot of success these days, especially in between Jeff Rohan and Kizar Alios's wins in between January and September. They haven't had any of the Team Honda drivers in Hololive GT3 crack a win in a period of the season where the Lexus and Nissans absolutely showcased their prowess. Meanwhile, we got Sean Pauly messing up his exit on turn 1, and Shireza smells an opportunity, but he's not going to be rushing to take the chance. Here's Shireza on board the number 31 Himari Luna Honda, trying to get something out of it. Gaps drop down to 0.3 of a second. Things have a move. Well, right now, there's nothing so far. So if he's going for that one-stop strategy, then he's going to be looking to pit around the lap time range. Well, looking at someone's comments here, yes, we do race at Mosport, but right now it's not in any of the schedule. So if you're looking for any Mosport races, you can check on the VOD in the Adak-RMS organization channel. Yes, we did race at Mosport as recently as May 2024, but because of right now there are no plans to race at Mosport due to so many chaos happening in the previous race. So we wanted to keep the order in check as well. And right now, Team Lexus cars already losing touch to the rest of the field here. 4.1 seconds between Domashnev and Alex Gran. Not the day they're looking for especially Domashnev, Kaczynski, and Richie. And for Rim Oliver himself, he's already out of it entirely, not being able to start the race. So he will be listed as a DNS, not being able to start his car, or rather start the car and basically get his car out and into the going. Here, Crystal Salman now the fastest out of the top 3 Honda drivers. It's Inogami Korone versus Himari Luna versus ASCII in this chase for the top spot here. Meanwhile, we got Mikolev 4th, Nakamura 5th, Koyena 6th, Goodwin 7th, Fall Hometown Hero representing Okami Mio. Then we got Williams and Horacio in their own battle as well. Jeff Rohan also trying to claw something against the rest of the field. Still pretty early in this race, and here is there's Jeff Raw nearly making contact with Sky. Here's Shakir Reza having to move over to he now slides over, tries to defend against Alex Grant. Alex Grant has to check up. Just want to remind everyone that this is round 3 of the Hololive GT3 Japan Series Tsuyo Series race at Twin Ring Motegi. Of course, this is a race where we have fans racing in these GT3 cars themed after Hololive's original idol uniforms, and also for accessibility purposes, the drivers are not actually racing in these cars. The AI are actually driving these cars. So just give a bit of a disclaimer here. This is to allow inclusion of the average Hololive fan to also participate in this race, and to basically have a wide range of entrants being able to take part in the series. Just a bit of a reminder and a disclaimer to anyone watching to think that there are actually real people racing here. Meanwhile, Shadon Reza now sets the fastest lap of the race, 55.022, faster than Sean Pauli by 0.3 of a second at least. So Shadon Reza is going to be going for the gap, possibly, but he also needs to think that he needs to finish inside the podium positions, or better yet, a win would secure Shadon Reza basically a chance to close the gap to Rim Olgor. It's currently at 250, but as it stands right now, it will close down to 75 coming into the final race of the season at Suzuka, the finale 500 at Suzuka, as we would like to call it. Reza looking for a dive down the inside, but he's just too far back, and he also needs to think about the car. He needs to think about the racecraft, so he's not going to be really much in a rush to make bonsai moves against Sean Pauli this early in the race. Sean Pauli getting the leg up against Shadon Reza in the acceleration. Shadon Reza now catching up to Sean Pauli. Will there be a dive on down the inside? The answer is going to be no so far, as Shadon Reza continues to make the move on. As you can see here, Sean Pauli with his very good defensive display continues to keep Shadon Reza at bay. So this is very good defensive driving from Sean Pauli. 2 of his wins, Sean Pauli, comes from him leading at the start, and then there's Daniel Goyena coming into the pits though. This will provide some variability, but we feel like it's way too early for Goyena to come into the pit, so he will be going for multiple pit stops. So yeah, that will be the case. He will be pinning in the next 7 laps. Very, very unfortunate for Goyena. And here's the Mashnev, Kaczynski, and Ricci, but at least we will probably see some racing action of Goyena trying to get something against the Mashnev, Kaczynski, and Ricci. And of course, there's Rim Olgor's stricken car just parked at the pit lane right now. Of course, he's not going to go anywhere else. Very unfortunate for Olgor after winning 2 races consecutively. He won at Tsukuba and then won at Fuji. Unfortunately, we only do want to host a Pro Series. Just wanted to ask a user in the chat. We really do want to host a Pro Series, but to host a Pro Series race with real people racing, we need a server, we need stewards, we need hosts, and we need drivers willing to use their sim racing equipment or any of their equipments available to have a solidly respectable race. But unfortunately, it's with stuff like these are pretty hard to come by, so we have to resort to using AI for participation. But here comes Crystal Salamando trying to make a move against Shadon Reza here. So Reza had to get checked up though against Sean Pauli, who essentially kind of brake checked Shadon Reza. But Shadon Reza isn't going to take this line down though, even though Sean Pauli may have caused some headaches. Shadon Reza is still going to try to press on this race to try to minimize the amount of damage that he's being received. Remember, this series is about inclusion, and this is about allowing the everyday Hololive fan to represent the Hololive members in these types of moments. So, if we have the budget, if we have like $10,000, or we have like $20,000, and then we got willing entrants to willing Hololive fans, or rather sim racers who are willing to use their equipment to do some sim racing, hosting capability, and also stewards that we can employ, then we'll be able to host a pro series. But right now, we're just going to do what we have. So we're just going to do what we have at the moment. So we're just gonna use AI drivers at the moment, although these drivers are actually represented by real people. Remember, real people, they actually input their aggression level onto these cars and their AI drivers. That's the one thing they're able to input. So just wanted to give a bit of a disclaimer. But anyway, Sheldon Reza now still trying to get close to Sean Pauly, but Sean Pauly continues his defensive masterclass. And while all this is happening, here's Jay Goodwin. Behind him, there's a slew of cars. Jeff Rohan trying to get past Hofu Mi. That's Sheldon Reza trying to get past Grant. Goyena and Cheon have already made their pit stops, although Cheon will also make the same mistake as Goyena and have to pit at least 2 times or 3 times, depending on circumstances. And right now, Sean Pauly still not giving a look in for Sheldon Reza, who's currently in 2nd place. .235 here in Twin Ring Motegi, or rather in Japan in general. Meanwhile, we got more drivers coming to the pit. This is Rustin Horacio coming into the pits as we speak. Meanwhile, there is a potential ballot coming up. The 3 Lexus cars are currently running astern here. Damashev leading over Kaczynski and Richie. So they're gonna try to stay in this race, hoping to see some retirements and see if they could capitalize on some retirements. Kaczynski still trying to get something on against Ricci. Right now, nothing comes of it so far. Meanwhile, Sheldon Reza back on the S here with Sean Pauly and Chris Salman in between himself. Oh, you can see Sheldon Reza going on a very, very experimental line, not really working right now. It's going to open the door for Crystal Salman to try to grab something. Oh, hopping the curbs here, and that's Mama Shakib Reza off. Shakib Reza is off. And it looks to me that Shakib Reza has went off at just before the S. And what essentially happened here is that he essentially broke at the outside curb and went way too much on the right, to the point where he actually broke into the gravel trap and into the grass, which unsettled the car and got him careening into the gravel trap, and as a result he is currently beached and out of the race. First retirement right here, and this is what the Team Lexus cars are wanting here, looking to capitalize on some retirements. Lots of Damasha will be the biggest gainer at the moment. He will look to try to gain a no points so far, but he's hoping to see more retirements, so that he will gain at least 1 point and for them to catch up to Rim Olgor. Here comes Sheldon Reza trying to catch something on Sean Pauly, but Pauly is still continuing on as usual. Sean Pauly will be pitting around roughly the same time. Oh no, he will be pitting much later than Sheldon, so Sheldon Reza is going to be biding his time right now. Lorenzo Ricci now getting into his pit box right now for his pit stop. And as you can see, Lorenzo Ricci will also be going for a pretty short pit stop here. He's going to go out sequence on the rest of the field. Meanwhile, back at the front. Reza trying to go for the late apex as the Crystal Salmon on this long back straight. Sean Pauli still in control of this race. He will be pitting much later, so Reza will be hoping that the undercut strategy will work, especially given that lap cars may be in the equation as well. Tartary still trading their blows as usual, as Sean Pauli still leads here in Twin Ring Motegi in this Motegi 500 Tsuyo series race. Yu Chaeyoung currently in 17th, now just behind Rustin Carrasco by around a second. Guyana 15th. Guyana will be catching up into both Damashev and Kaczynski in due course, so we might be seeing some racing action at the very least further back. Oh, here comes Shazan Reza again, once again, very close there to Sean Pauli, but Pauli still holding on very well in the fence. The Team Honda cars are already still building up a gap against 4th place Iskaji Mikolev, who's currently trying to fend off Irie Nakamura for 4th place. These two drivers. There we go, Jeff Rohan in pursuit against Ho Fubi. Ed Sky doing likewise against Ed Sky. Shazan Reza currently in 2nd place, behind Sean Pauli still. 1 second is going to be the gap for now, and Sean Pauli is looking to pull away slightly. Salman looking to steal 2nd place from Shazan Reza in the pursuit of his best ever finish in the Hololive GT3. Of course, Salman, his best finish was at Okayama in last year, where he finished 3rd. His debut podium in the Hololive GT3 for ASCII. Shazan Reza in this main straight as we speak. Still trying to get something, but right now nothing so far. Just want to remind you where Lorenzo Ricci is. This is where he is right now. And Sean Pauli is right over here at the exit of turn 1. Shazan Reza still trying to catch up to Sean Pauli, but this is the best chance that he's able to have. But he also needs to monitor the braking so as to not get way too close to Pauli. He almost got rear-ended Pauli once again. The level up is complete, and right now we're looking at the drivers at the back though. The Mashnev 13, Kaczynski 14. Here comes Goyena though, already catching up to Raja Kaczynski. While Salman gets very close to Shazan Reza. Shazan Reza has to fend off Salman once again. Here's Nakamura also getting close to Mikolev. And as you can see here now, Sean Pauli is really starting to pull away against Shazan Reza. Just chipping away at the tenths of seconds. Salman. Still trying to catch Shazan Reza, but still nothing coming out of it. We can see Shazan Reza already closing back in. Shazan Reza is already slower than Sean Pauli, then by about a tenth of a second at least. But you can see Shazan Reza now gets very, very close to Sean Pauli, but is he close enough to make it move down the inside? answer is gonna be no, but this will be Shazin Reza's golden chance to close in on Pauly if he's able to. It's now close back in, but it's not gonna be enough. Ooh-ish. Let's move on to the other cars here to see if there's anything going on. Tyler Williams still trying to catch up to Jay Goodwin, Daniel Goyena having to pit once again, as we have predicted. Apologies here, just wanted to reopen the race field monitor. Just wanted to check on the fuel situation here. As you can see, Daniel Goyena will be going for 3 pit stops, unfortunately. Sarah will be pitting soon in the next 8 laps. That will be the target. Meanwhile, there is Daniel Goyena finally getting himself back out on track, just being overtaken by Lorenzo Ricci. Here's Shazin Reza still trying to catch up to Sean Pauly. Sean Pauly has that straight line speed and manages to catch Shazin Reza out just at the hairpin, but meanwhile we got Jeff Rohan and Hofumi now trying to look between each other. Hofumi's trying to get close. He's gonna take a move down the inside, but no, they'll move to the inside. Jeff Rohan's now up into 9th place. Oh, and there's almost contact between the Tokyo Nosora and Tokoyami Toa cars. Now the Team Honda drivers are only setting 157. Mikolev and Nakamura slowly catching himself back up to the field. The gap's now at 6 seconds between Salman and Mikolev. Shazin will be pinning in the next few laps. So this will be a pretty decisive point on the race. See how these strategies will unfold. Here's Shazin on board. Gets close, but not too close to the point where they will be making contact. But you can see Shazin Reza really trying to stretch his legs onto Sean Pauly. But Sean Pauly places his car in the right places, and Shazin tried to overtake in the wrong places. So Shazin Reza is not going to be the winner. Sean Pauly is, as the tires keep chipping away from Shazin. Shazin Reza will really need to hope that the strategists actually fuel him right until the end, and that he will have some clean air coming up. Because this is what Shazin Reza is going to hope. Meanwhile, Super Salman still also stuck behind Sean Pauly, and Shazin Reza is going to try to get something from Shazin Reza to spoil the party despite being teammates. Sean Pauly still out there. Shazin Reza looking to get past Sean Pauly for him to pull away. As you can see, Shazin Reza in that last lap is 2/10 faster at least, but he is going to lose some time in this lap against Sean Pauly if he's not careful. It's close, but not close enough. Shazin Reza will need to find another avenue in attack for him to get past Pauly. And right now, the gap between Shazin Reza might have 7 laps of fuel to go before he makes his pit stop. Pauly continues to pull away from Shazin. Still nothing out of it so far, except Cheyon coming into the pits for her pit stop, and it looks to me that she will be spending a short amount of time. Yep, she will be making 3 pit stops. Again, another miscalculation in fuel for the strategists in the Takagi camp. as of right now, the Demonstrat and Kaczynski, both Lexus drivers, are currently in 13th and 14th. Losing touch against Mikhailov. Southern Reza trying to get himself back against Sean Pauly. This is where Southern Reza has the advantage. And right now, Southern Reza is just going to continue to find something against Pauly as times keep ebbing and flowing between these two. Here's Cheon, so the threat of lap card is going to be very, very real. As you can see here comes Southern Reza. Let's see if he's able to mount something at the exits of turns 2 and 3. Unfortunately, Southern is just too far back, and crucially enough, Kito Salman is also far back against both of the leading pair. Now Southern Reza trying to find a different angle. Continues to find something against Sean Pauly, but right now he is slowly losing touch to Pauly. But until he reaches the S's. And now into turn 9, see if there's anything to go by. Again, wrong angle of attack. He's going to be losing some time. And Sky currently in 11th for Kazama Iroha. Kazamatai looking to push at Sky on for a top 10 finish. It's going to be 8/10 of a second between Southern Reza and Sean Pauly coming into turn 11 in this braking area. Southern Reza does manage to pull himself back. And see, so here's the thing, Sean Pauly, while he is leading for as long as he does, continues to still receive some form of pressure from Southern Reza, who is consistently within a second behind Sean Pauly. So all this time, Southern Reza is just going to maintain his position wherever he is at the moment. Here comes the onboard from Southern Reza. You can see here how much Southern Reza is closing in, but he is not closing in anymore, as he's just too far back to make a move down the inside. And this time, Southern Reza is very, very close onto Sean Pauly. Will this be the moment Southern Reza goes down the inside against Sean Pauly? Well, so let's just hope that Southern Reza aces the braking zone very, very well here. He does get tantalizingly close to Pauly, but Reza needs to know that this is a 53 lap race, not a 17 lap race, and this is not the final lap. Southern Reza against Sean Pauly. Will he make a move down the inside? He might think of something else, but he is still within Sean Pauly's Sean Pauly's still within Southern Reza's grasp. Late apex, how does it do? Is he closing in? Only slightly. Oh, and there's Lorenzo Ricci against Russian Crasio. Now into turn 1, Russian Crasio has the inside line against Ricci. Here comes Crasio. This is a battle that we might want to take a look into. Crasio has a straight line speed. Will he make a dive bomb down the inside? The answer is going to be no. Crasio has to think better off. And that's Southern Reza now coming into the pit lane as we speak. We're going to be monitoring on the amount of fuel that he will be getting. Southern Reza now believes that this is now the time for him to make a pit stop. And looking at Southern Reza, he will be going for a middle ground two-stop strategy. So he's going to try to blitz through the field, Michael Schumacher style, with this pit stop strategy. Also joining in will be Irene Nakamura. So Southern Reza will be looking to pit again in lap 41 or run lap 40 range. And so right now, Shadar Reza will have a good amount of clean air as we speak. And as you can see, that's a lot of clean air between Shadar Reza and Alex Grant. The gaps right now are currently 8 seconds. Looking at Sean Paul, he will be pitting in the next 8 laps. Tristan Salmon will be pitting in the next 14 laps. And right now, Shadar Reza is going to be occupied in this battle between himself and Sean Pauli. Shadar Reza is now striking first in terms of the pit stop strategy. After multiple disaster classes from the strategists, Shadar Reza might actually find something that is finally very beneficial for him as Alex Grant makes a move against Ed Sky for 9th place. Lorenzo Ricci is going to make his move into the pit lane. For his what should be final stop, but the answer is going to be no. He will make 4 pit stops, unfortunately. So it's going to be Sean Pauli and Crystal Salman in the top 2 as we speak. Sean Pauli currently in this race lead. Salman trying to catch up against Sean Pauli. But as it stands right now, Crystal Salman is going to be committing on this overcut strategy. Shadar Reza is going to be on this undercut. Shadar Reza is already caught up against Ed Sky. But right now, Shadar Reza is going to be looking for any opportunity that he can find to pass Ed Sky. And looking into Shadar Reza's lap time differences, with Pauline Salman sitting at 155, let's see if Shadar Reza is able to get into a 154 and counting for him to be ahead. But of course, Shadar Reza will have to pit once again, so that will mean more lap times being lost in the pit lane. But he will try to make it up on the track. So this will be Shadar Reza's deciding moment. Of course, the gaps between Shadar Reza and Sky currently sit at 6.6 seconds right now. Vlasta Tomashev now comes into the pits. Here is Tomashev. He will be going for also a middle ground strategy. A lot of drivers are going for the middle ground strategy, going for a 2-stopper. While Salman is currently trying to stretch his elbows out against Sean Pauli in that number 56 Inugami Korode Honda. And right now the battle for the race win stands between these 3 drivers. Shadar Reza absolutely catching up to Ed Sky at a rate of not. Ed Sky losing touch to Alex Grant at a rate of not as well. So Shadar Reza, we're going to be paying attention to his lap as well as Pauli and Salman's. This is where Sean Pauli struggles. Because this is where Salman excels, similar to Mohammad Shadar Reza in the final corner. This is where the both of them are able to catch themselves up. 157.1 for Sean Pauli, Crystal Salman 156.9. Mohammad Shadar Reza is going to go for a blistering lap. He's going to probably go for the fastest lap of the race too. And now into the final corner. This will be the lap to decide, see if Shadar Reza is in the right direction or not. But remember, he's still got 4 cars in front of him. 154.889 is Mohammad Shadar Reza's time. He sets the fastest lap of the race. Looking at Sky, he will not be pitting until the next 15 laps. Alex Grant will be pitting in the next 6 laps. And Jeff Rohan will be pitting in the next 16 laps. Ho-Fu Mi in the next 10 laps. So Shadar Reza might be kind of in the right direction, except at Sky. So he's going to try to time his arrival into Ed Sky's rear end as well as he can. See if he can manage tires as well as he can as well. No call for Sean Pauli in the pits just yet, but it will be tantalizingly close in the next 3 or 4 laps. Just want to remind everyone, meanwhile we have Ho-Fu Mi making a move against Alex Grant. Alex Grant rounding out outside of Ho-Fu Mi. Ho-Fu Mi tries to respond around the outside of this party as he goes off. Oh, and that's gonna nearly open the door for Shadar Reza to make a move against Hofumi. It's not exactly what Shadrin Reza would have wanted to see slow cars already this early. And this will jeopardize his undercut strategy. Oh, that is Hofumi going wide. Shadrin Reza is going to try to get closer to Hofumi. Paulie and Salman sit at around a 156. If Shadrin Reza could at least sit at a 155 or 154, then it'll still be good. But if he's at 157, then it's going to be a loss for Shadrin. Hopefully he's not being called to the pit lane just yet. The Nissans absolutely struggle in the corner. But the Honda doesn't have a lot of power on the straights. So here comes Shadrin Reza. Will he dare to make a move down the inside? And he's only matched Paulie and Salman as of right now. Shadrin Reza having a good run off of turn 1. Will he be able to respond coming into turn 2? He's too far back. Shadrin Reza thinking of a move around the outside. Will he be thinking a move down the inside? Not yet, but you can see here that's hopefully going off wide, and that's gonna cause some trouble for Shadrin. Okay, Shadrin is now very close there to Hofumi. Will think of a move down the inside. Hofumi goes wide. Shadrin Reza has to go around the outside. That's going to cost a lot of time. Hofumi's causing trouble to Shadrin. Meanwhile, side-by-side battles, potentially, between Rohan and Sobyung-eun, Ed Sky, and Salman. Meanwhile, we got Sean Paulie now coming into the pits. This will be one of the deciding factors in the race. Will Sean Paulie feel himself up right until the very end, or will he go for a simple strategy with Shadrin Reza? Shadrin Reza is currently in the back straight. Was already gained a good amount of time in the 2 laps that preceded it. More drivers possibly joining in the pit stop crusade. That is one going in. That's Alex Grant. Sean Paulie is still stationary. Shadrin Reza is already at the main straight, not trying to make a move down the inside against Hofumi. Sean Paulie is stationary. He's gonna go for the distance. Yes, it is. He's gonna go for the one-stop strategy. Shadrin Reza will go for a 2-stop. Shadrin Reza still side by side against Hofumi and finally clears Hofumi, but he still needs to think about Ed Sky, Sobyung-eun, and Jeff Rohan in front. Ed Sky will be pitting until the next 12 laps. Lorenzo Ricci will not, Jeff Rohan will not be pitting until the next 14 laps and all that stuff. So Shadrin Reza is now stuck behind traffic. Sean Paulie also is catching up to Hofumi. Shadrin Reza will have to do one more pit stop. So already you get to see clashes in how the race is being run. Cheon now comes into the pits once again. This time she will try to... Another pit stop for Yu Cheon once again. She continues to lose more time. Goyen and Ricci doing the same thing. So will be the window. If you hit now, you will fill yourself up right until the very end. Shadrin Reza now trying to get something against Ed Sky. He knows that he has to make use of the corners to take advantage, full advantage of the Nissan's disadvantages. Shadrin Reza is forcing his hand to remain patient. Even if he does lose out on this win against Sean Paulie, he will still be able to grab a lot of points away from the likes of Rim Olgor and Rajan Kaczynski. Charlie Reza now trying to get closer and closer to Ed Sky. Ed Sky also trying to get closer to So Byung-eun. Charlie Reza is going to need to time his run absolutely to perfection. And I think that is almost as perfect as it sounds, as Ed Sky is currently being blocked. Charlie Reza, meanwhile, is unfortunately still too far back again. Oh, and that's Ed Sky going off very, very wide there. Sean Pauly, meanwhile, is not catching up to Hofumi. Charlie Reza, meanwhile, is just gonna try to find something again. He's gonna lose time if he does like this. He does something like this. Sean Pauly kind of slowly catching up to Hofumi. Well, Charlie Reza might think of it. Move down the inside. Charlie Reza will actually go for a gung-ho move down the inside from far back to try to challenge Ed Sky. He's gonna clear Ed Sky this time, and if he does able to get clear So Byung-eun and Jeff Rohan, Charlie Reza will be free to gain some more time to beat Sean Pauly. As of right now, Charlie Reza is currently around 13 seconds ahead of Sean Pauly, and he needs more time. He needs more time. And by more time, I mean the gap between himself and Sean Pauly once he gets out. So will hope to at least have the freshest tires available to him to attack in these final 13 laps. This will be the lap target on which he will be pitting. Meanwhile, So Byung-eun now has to defend against a charging Mohammad Shazrin Reza, the Lunite, who is scheduled to switch over to Fuseki Biju full-time. Well, he's already switched over to Fuseki Biju full-time. He is going to leave this ride after Suzuka. He's got 2 races to go for Luna at this rate, and he has seen himself get back onto the podium at Tsukuba and got himself finished outside the points due to setup issues in qualifying and strategy issues in the race. Oh, and that's Tyler Williams! Tyler Williams is off! Unbearable pain for the PP Tenshi representative, as he's done the same mistake as Shakib Reza has done. So that's more positions being gained as far as Team Lexus car drivers are concerned, with Reggie Kaczynski, Vlasa Tomashev, and Lawrence Ritchie being able to salvage a few points. Meanwhile, Shazrin Reza now trying to find something against So Byung-eun. Salman is currently setting a 156.098. Shazrin Reza at least able to set a 155. Then it's going to be good for him. Looking at Jeff Rohan, he will be pitting in the next 11 laps at most. So Byung-eun will be pitting in the next 10 laps at most. This will be around 5 laps before Shazrin Reza will be making his pit stop. Here we see Shazrin Reza now trying to grab something against So Byung-eun, currently in the race lead, in 5th place right now. Rohan, Goodwin, McLevin, Salman are currently in the lead. Salman is now currently in this race lead for ASCII. The Pioneers are going to be happy about this moment. We want Sean Pauly. Not sure about how his last lap went, but I believe it was at around the 56 range. Shazrin Reza, is he able to close in at a rate of not? You can say so. Will he think of a move down the inside? The answer is going to be no. Will there be contact? It's going to be no as well. Pushes So Byung-eun slightly off wide, intimidates So Byung-eun off wide. Shazrin Reza is now ahead in 5th place. Welcome back, Dale Earnhardt. And now Shazrin Reza will have his eyes set on the 4 remaining Team Honda drivers in front of him. Crosho is also now coming into the pits, and it looks to me that Crosho will be going for a full tank of fuel. Same goes for Danilo Goyena after 3 pit stops. And so Shazrin Reza is going to be free to stretch his legs for as much as he can before he inevitably has to deal with Jeff Rohan and Jack Goodwin. And as you can see, the more all of this is happening, Sean Pauli continues to also chase Mohammad Shahzad Reza as well. The gap's only at around... Just wanted to check on the gaps right now. It's around 11 seconds between Pauli and Shahzad Reza. Shahzad Reza will definitely exit behind Sean Pauli. He will be the net race leader as it stands. Salman will also make his pit stop in due time. And right now you can see here the stock difference in lap times. He now sets a 1:55.649, so he will gain at least 1 second a lap on this endeavor, as Song Byung-eun is only able to say a 1:58.732. That's mostly because he was being intimidated by Shahzad Reza. Song Pauli 1:55.807, up to the task against Mohammad Shahzad Reza. But the goal for Shahzad Reza is to not just get into the podium places. He does want a win if possible, to continue his streak of winning in every season of Hololive GT3 competitions he's able to participate himself in a full-time basis. Jeff Rohan in front. Sean Pauli is done for the entirety, for the rest of the race as far as pit stops are concerned. But he still needs to deal with Seo Byung-eun and Ed Sky, who won't be pitting until the next 9 laps. Ed Sky won't be pitting until the next 8 laps. Sean Pauli wouldn't mind too much, as he might be able to catch them just as they were entering the pits. For Shahzad Reza, he will make one more pit stop. He will lose at least 30 to 40 more seconds in the pit stop cycle as he switches again tires and puts the fuel in. Here comes Crystal Salman now coming into the pits. He will also go for a one-stop strategy, the ASCII Honda driver. Crystal Salman now stationary in the pits. Sakai Mikalev is your new race leader. Crystal Salman is gonna go long. That will be his pit stop cycles done. Shahzad Reza will be sure to overtake Crystal Salman as it stands. But now Crystal Salman is now out of it. Shahzad Reza is in the main straight, so it's gonna be a dogfight between the two. Crystal Salman, where does he come from? As Shahzad Reza sets the fastest lap of the race, Crystal Salman has managed to get a big brain move against Shahzad Reza, going for the overcut strategy and having it pay off immediately, as Shahzad Reza was stuck behind traffic. Now Shahzad Reza is going to try to take advantage of Crystal Salman's cold tires, as it's going to be the Lunite versus the Pioneer. Will Shahzad Reza make the move down the inside? Not yet. He almost manages to intimidate Salman, but Salman should have the warm tires by now. Crystal Salman, of all people, he is going to be the one that is going to be the net race leader, and it will come at the expense of Mohammad Shahzad Reza. It's going to be these two Hondas running the show. It's going to be Mohammad Shahzad Reza and Crystal Salman for this battle for the race win. Remember, Shahzad Reza will have to pit once again. Looking at Shahzad Reza's remaining fuel in the tank, he will only have until lap 38 to get it done. Jeff Rohan is also going to provide some blocking to both Salman and Shahzad Reza. This is going to be entertaining. If you're a Team Honda fan, this will be a battle between two great Team Honda drivers battling out in essentially one of Honda's home tracks in Japan. Salman already has done his pit stop. He doesn't need to do any more. Shahzad Reza needs to do one more. Salman in the defense. Shahzad Reza is on the attack. Fun trivia, 8 days ago, Gen 1, or rather Gen 0, have hosted their live concert on which 4 of the 5 Gen 0 members revived their usage in original idol uniforms, one of them of course being ASCII, and that of course really reinvigorated Crystal Salman's season, Crystal Salman's drive in this number 12 Honda as a result, and so it will be his own. Right now we got to see Crystal Salman at his very best. We always, when we talk about Crystal Salman and the ASCII Honda, we usually associate him with consistent finishes, but it's gonna be Crystal Salman being spooked down. He broke way too late, but still it will still be Crystal Salman leading this race. And speaking of Crystal Salman, he is usually associated with top 10 finishes, 5th place, 4th place, but never cracking the podium. Yes, he cracked the podium at Okayama, but that was just that one time. He has not seen any finishes higher than 3rd, other than that Okayama, well, anywhere. He has not seen the podium finish other than Okayama, and right now he's currently in a position for him to have the best chance to win a Hololive GT3 race for ASCII. Salman is gonna drive like his life depends on it. Sharon Reza is gonna try to give it everything he's got. Just looking to do some donuts at the end of this race, just like how Luna spins around at times. Meanwhile, Salman continues to control the tempo of this race. Sean Pauly now around 14 seconds behind Sharon Reza and Crystal Salman. So it's going to be Crystal Salman in a realistic chance to take this win. Already lap cars also playing a part. Here's Salman, here's Sharon Reza, both of them going into the grass slightly. Sobyung and Sky have now gone into the pit. This will now open the door directly for Sean Pauly to get something. Sharon Reza now trying to find something against Crystal Salman. If Salman and Jeff Rohan are able to be good on Sharon Reza's pace, then Sharon Reza will at the very least exit in 3rd, because Nakamura is yet to make her pit stop, as well as Alex Grant. Well, Alex Grant has already done his pit stop, but the gaps between Grant to Kazuki is around a second. The gap between Kazuki and Nakamura is around 25 seconds. So Sharon Reza will at least be good for 3rd place, and Crystal Salman will go for a very popular first win in Hololive GT3. But as you can see, Salman is actually a bit slower than Sharon Reza, so it's going to provide some headaches. So, anyways, Crystal Salman, currently the net race leader in 4th place. Mikhail Goodwin and Rohan will make their pit stops in due time. As you can see here, they're about to be called into the pit lane right now. So it's going to be Crystal Salman immediately, well, he's going to be shoved into this race lead position. And then it's going to be Sharon Reza. Oh, that's Jeff Rohan. If that's Jeff Rohan, oh, he doesn't block Salman's path. So it's now going to be a straight dogfight between these two drivers. The two best of the best in Team Honda, now duking it out for the top spot here in Twin Ring Motegi in this Motegi 500 Tsuyo Series race. Yu Cheon exits a lap down to the rest of the field. So you also have to ask, what about the lap cars? There's Danilo Goyena, there's Salman, and there's Mama Sharon Reza. The Pioneers have long been waiting for this opportunity to see their representative representing ASCII get up there and challenge for the race lead and for the win. They haven't seen this realistic chance in a while, but now they're able to see it. Sharon Reza, though, even though he will have to make one more pit stop, the goal for him is to, at the very least, not lose a lot of time to Sean Pauly and make use of his tires in his final stint to try to mount a charge against those with worn out tires. Remember, Salman and Pauly are not expected to make one more pit stop, but Shazrin is expected to make one more pit stop, and on that pit stop he will be changing his tires as well. So it will be a big question as to how Sharon Reza will respond in the final 13 laps of this race. As you can see here, Sharon Reza only has 8 laps of field to go, so he will most likely be pitting around lap 35. Salman continues to control this race at the front, and there's Hofumi, and that's him out on the track, but he's able to get himself back into the track again. But of course, the AI stop, the car stop detected has detected that Fumi has not done enough to get himself out of the track. So it'll be Hofumi retiring alongside Tyler Williams and Mohammad Shakif Reza and Rim Olgor. And again, this will only help the Team Lexus drivers that are still remaining in this race to still maintain spot inside within the fringes of the top 10, and for them to have a slight chance to get into the top 10. Here Southern Reza still trying to get something against Christoph Salman. So Byung-eun in 9th, Ed Sky 10th. Salman actually pulling away against Shazrin Reza. Just wanted to check back on the drivers' lap times, especially between Shazrin Reza, Salman, and Sean Pauly. Sean Pauly Shazrin Reza started on pole position, got beaten by Sean Pauly, who led much of the race before the first pit stop cycle actually start in earnest. Meanwhile, we got Lorenzo Ricci now getting up into 16th place. Not having the best car at the moment due to the ballast, but he should be doing okay. And as you can see here, Lorenzo Ricci is probably going to be doing a bit of wonders here, as Lorenzo Ricci is actually blocking Sean Pauly's path, and in doing so forces Sean Pauly to lose more time to Shazrin Reza, who is fancying a second place at least. Mikalev will also be looking to make his pit stop, but I think he's already done his pit stop. Just wanted to check the pit stop. Yes, Sakaji Mikkel has already done his pit stop, and he's also done the overcut strategy too. So this will mean that with Mikalev no longer needing to make another pit stop and all that stuff, and due to Shadowrez, I need to make one more pit stop, and time taken for it to do so. Oh man, Shadowrez is not going to be having a good race here at the moment. It'll be good in the perspective of Crystal Salman for sure, but Shadowrez knows that he most likely doesn't have enough fuel, so he needs to at least try to get past Salman. But at the same time, at least he needs to hope that lap cars will interfere as much as they're able to. Because there's Goyena, there's Rustin Crosio, there's Raja Kaczynski. Meanwhile, has Lorenzo Ricci. Lorenzo Ricci is still blocking the path of some of the Team Honda drivers. If Lorenzo Ricci continues to block the path of these Team Honda drivers, which it won't be for long, as Ricci has to force Sean Pauly into a slightly uncomfortable position, and Sean Pauly is now past Lorenzo Ricci. "21 seconds separating between Holly and Shazin Reza. Shazin Reza will be pitting in the next 5 laps as the remaining driver to make his pit stop." As you can see, Chris Salman is already pulling away. Something is amiss in Shazin Reza's setup, apart from the fuel, and that is Shazin Reza not actually catching up to Chris Salman. This is actually Salman's most convincing race that he has done since taking over the ASCII ride in 2023. $155.242, $155.326. So there's not much of a difference between the two, but if you add it all up in like 10 laps, it equals a second. So as you can see here, Shazin Reza is on board. Shazin Reza is able to gain a lot of time against Salman. And as you can see here, Shazin Reza is going to be pitting in the next 6 laps. So maybe pitting in laps 37 or lap 38. So he will have 13 laps of him being the fastest car out there. But he will still need to pass maybe Mikalev, Pauly, Nakamura, Goodwin, and Rohan. And maybe Grant. if he spends too much time in the pit lane. And as you can see here, the gaps between Micallef and Pauly have now opened up to 22.4 seconds between these two drivers. And then when you take into account Jeff Rohan and Alex Grant, then Chandra might be exiting in 8th or 7th or 9th. That will be Chandra's pit stop exit position range. Reza still trying to think of a good situation here. Salman good for the rest of this race. Micallef good for the rest of this race. Everyone's good for the rest of this race except currently Nakamura and Shazan Reza, who are looking to make their last pit stop activity of the day. Good win in 6, trying to catch Nakamura. Nakamura now stuck behind Lorenzo Ricci. Sean Pauly already pulling away at a rate of naught. Still 22 seconds. Salman Reza being able to set 55s. Sean Pauly, will he be able to set 55s? No, 156.056 for the Inagami Korone driver. But right now, the minimum position Reza needs in order for him to score 100 points is currently 5th place. But will Reza be there when all of it is said and done? The answer will be pretty much in doubt for now. As you can see here, Reza is still pretty much not happy with what the strategists have come up with. Once again, it's happening. Sepang, it's happening again here in Motegi. He reckoned that he should have been topped up at the very end, or rather give him more fuel at the start. But of course, same issues, same song and dance. So Reza is gonna have to go through this chance. Oh, that's Crystal Salman slightly going off wide. So looking into the tire age right now, Salman has 8 laps older tires. 8 laps old tires. Reza has 17 laps old tires. So Reza will have around at least a 10 lap old tire advantage. If Reza does indeed go into the pits in these next few laps, he will probably be hitting in the next 2 or 3 laps, give or take. Those are Salman and Reza in that acceleration zone. As you can see, Reza is actually slightly faster than Crystal Salman that time. So Reza still believes he's got a very, very fast car, and of course taking into account that Nakamura will also make a pit stop. Jay Goodwin has already made his pit stop as well. And of course, both of them still stuck behind Lorenzo Ricci. For the rest of the manufacturers, we've got 3 Nissan cars out. 4 more still in this race. So Byung-eun, the highest of the Team Nissan drivers right now. Still, Byung-eun still trying to get into Alex Grant. And then there's Ed Sky also trying to catch up to So Byung-eun. Shazan Reza, meanwhile, now finally on a charge against Salman. Could this be Shazan Reza's time to go into the pits? Not yet so far. He might think of maybe 1 lap or 2 of him going gung-ho. And he's already, I believe, has set the fastest lap of the race so far. And you can see here, Salman is about to deal with the lap car of Danilo Goyeno, who's not having a very good race. He's now down in 14th. Shazan Reza in 2nd place. Chris Salman in the lead. Salman still in this race lead. Shazan Reza yet to be called into the pit. Shazan Reza is going to try to make the most out of these sectors. The gaps between himself and Pauly have now opened up to 24 seconds. To Nakamura, it's 34 seconds, and also good with 34 seconds. Rohan, 40 seconds. Grant, 56. So Shazan Reza will at the very least exit in around 7th place. And of course, accounted for Nakamura gaining into the pits, it will mean that Shadowreza will be in 6th, and so the gaps between himself and Rim Olgor will be dropping down to around about 150 points, give or take. But Shadowreza really needs to have a lot of points. As you can see, Shadowreza now losing a lot of time there. Mikalev only setting a 156, and if he does get out and he sets a 154 and he's able to overtake them in a rate of naught, then Shadowreza will have a good chance. Remember, Nakamura and Goodwin are also still stuck behind Lorenzo Ricci, which probably doesn't help with things. Also, Nakamura no longer catching up to Ricci. Shadowreza getting called in the pits. 3 laps of field to go for Shadowreza. Again, gets very close to Salman, but not close enough for him to make an overtaking move. It's like Fuji 2023 all over again. Salman blocking Shadowreza, and what would have been Shadowreza's chance of a victory at Fuji. Will Shadowreza think of a dive bomb down the inside? The answer is going to be no, but Salman has went wide. Shadowreza still keeping his toes about it. As you can see here, Salman actually pulls away against Shadowreza. No pit stop call for Shadowreza, but it will be the next lap. So once they're about to finish lap 37, starting lap 38, he will most likely be given the directive to come into the pits. He's on board Shadowreza. Coming to turn 1, you can see here Shadowreza's advantages are in the corners. Salman's advantage is to get the acceleration in and on the straights. So you can see Shadowreza isn't able to gain as much. And as you can see here, the fields keep trickling down. And Shadowreza's ever-growing threat of being called to the pits goes very much near. Although he would really love to stay in 2nd place. Mikalev's gap to Shadowreza is now at 20 seconds. Holly 24 seconds behind Shadrin. Nakamura, who is also joining, going to be called into the pits soon, will probably also not be called. Will probably not be in the equation. So, going to be taking it to both Goodwin and Rohan, who is also now joined into this Lorenzo Ricci train. If Shadowreza is able to exit ahead of the Lorenzo Ricci train, that will be good for him. Oh, and that is Crystal Salaman. Crystal Salaman has went off. And it looks to me that there was contact between Salman and Shadowreza. And doesn't look to me that there was contact. It looks to me that Salman, well, actually went off on at the S section. We'll need to take a look into it. Well, now is Crystal Salman not being spun out? Well, Crystal Salaman's gap to everyone else, it will be cut down, and now this will be Shadowreza's time to experience the race lead before he's gonna have to go into the pits. And as you can see here, Shadowreza now trying to see if he can spend less time in the pit. He will be overtaken by Salman again for sure, against Mikalev as well. So here's Shadowreza now in the pit. Salman now into the final corner to retrieve his race lead once again. Here's Sakaiji Mikalev. Here's Sean Pauly. Nakamura is also going to be called into the pit lane as well as Jake Goodwin and Jeff Rohan. Let's see how much time Shadowreza is going to lose, and let's see if he's able to exit ahead of Lorenzo Ricci. Sean Pauly will take 3rd place. Nakamura will also join into the pit lane. There's Lorenzo Ricci. Shadowreza is now out, and it looks to me that he's able to just about exit ahead of Lorenzo Ricci. Here's Ricci. Here's Shadowreza. He's now in 4th place. And with enough fuel to get into the finish line, and with the freshest tires available, Shadowreza has now been given the orders to attack as much as he likes. Shadowreza's target is the podium positions. If he can finish inside the podium, he will get 150 points, and he will be able to close the gap down from 250 to 100 points in the Tsuyo series title fight between himself and Rim Olgor. Shadid Reza is gonna go, he's gonna give it everything he's got. This is his penultimate race for Himamori Luna in Hololive GT3. Again, he has to cede his position to Farah Bashira provisionally in Hololive GT3 for the 2024-2025 season. Of course, the schedule has yet to be finalized. And now Shadid Reza is gonna go give it everything he's got for Himamori Luna in that number 31 Honda. He's gonna try to close the gap to Sean Pauli, and now the gap's dropped down to 9.9 seconds. Sean Pauli also losing touch to Isekai Mikolev. Here's Sean Pauli. Speed trap 240 kilometers an hour. Mikolev only setting at 156. Pauli also 156. Shadid Reza, if he gets out of there with a 159 due to this lap being an outlet, then he's going to do a lot of things right. And yes, that is going to be the case. The gap between Shadid Reza and Crystal Salman currently sit at 26 seconds, and with Shadid Reza's tire advantage, looking at the tire age difference, Shadid Reza has 16 laps younger tires than Sean Pauli and 11 laps fresher tires than Christoph Salman. So this will be a case of Shadid Reza now trying to do what many thought Shadid Reza would be doing if he's given the opportunity to just go in and attack, and that is to close the gap and make bold overtakes. Something that we all want to see in any driver in any motorsport. Of course, in Shadid Reza, he knows he has to give it everything he's got. He's not really the most successful guy in Twin Ring Motegi, as the likes of other teams are concerned. But right now, he wants to create history from himself. He wants to try to grab win number 7 for Himamori Luna and for himself in Hololive GT3. He wants to grab this ever-elusive Hololive GT3 Japan Series title, now being given inside the Tsuyo series. And now Shadid Reza is gonna try to claw the gap as much as he can. The gaps have now closed down to, that looks to me, 25 seconds now between Shadid Reza and Salman, but of course he needs to pass Mikolev and Pauli. There's now 14 laps to go they need to deal with, and then we have Isekai Mikolev setting the personal best time, 155 for Mikolev, 156 or around 155 for Salman, 156 for Sean Pauli. While Shadid Reza, meanwhile, 155, 157, he does match, but he needs to do more. He's got fresh tires, but he's pretty laden on fuel, so that's going to be a bit of a concern. But whatever the case is, if he does finish 4th right here in Twin Ring Motegi, in this Motegi 500 Tsuyo Series race, in this 2024 Hololive GT3 Japan Series Tsuyo Series, he will still be at 120 points behind Rim Olgor coming into the final race at Suzuka. Shadid Reza knows he has to give it everything he's got, as we said before, and right now he is trying his best. The gaps dropped down to 24 seconds between Shadid Reza and Salman. The gaps dropped down to 7.5 seconds between himself and Salman. So this will be the lap Shadid Reza will be attacking. Here's Vasa Dabashev now coming into the pits. So he won't have too much time coming in. And looking at Lorenzo Ricci, he has been overtaken by the other Team Honda drivers, except Jake Goodwin, who's currently stuck in 5th place. Yu Cheon sits between Crystal Salman and Isekai Mikolev. And right now, there are also other lap cars that we want to pay attention here. That is Vasa Dabashev out of the pits. There's Daniel Goyena. I'll make that 2 lap cars, or no, still 1 lap car separating between Crystal Solomon and Sakaji Mikolev, he almost has been able to make it too. Mikolev 156.26. Sean Pauly crossing the line. 156.827. Ed Sky makes the move against So Byung-eun at the hairpin. Shutter has a 155.023, already a full second faster than the other Team Honda drivers. But as far as time is concerned, he may be able to just be good enough for maybe third or second. Crystal Solomon currently in control of this race. 13 laps to go here in this Motegi 500 Tsuyo Series race. Already we are going to be seeing some blockbuster moments. We're already seeing a good amount of blockbuster moments being formed here already. Solomon finally being able to lead in the latter stages of a race in Hololive GT3 after being given what is essentially deserved hype due to Aski's switch to the corset top in the Hololive original uniforms, in line with her update to Scotty. Of course, Shadrin Reza's next gauntlet is to pass his Hololive GT3 teammate, that's Inugami Korone over there. Or rather, that's Sean Pauly over there representing Inugami Korone. And here's the thing, both Mikolev, Pauly, and Shadrin Reza are actually slowly catching up to Crystal Solomon at a rate of not. And remember, Solomon, I believe, has already made the pass on Vlasa Domashnev, so there's now 2-lap cars separating between Sakaji Mikolev and Crystal Solomon, and there's a good chance Mikolev might be held up by by Yu Cheon. But you can see Yoshida Reza now really catching up. Solomon at last lap 158. Isakaji Mikolev last lap 157.424. Shadrin is still setting 155s on that previous lap. 156.569. Here comes Mohamed Shadrin Reza. 154.912 for Mohamed Shadrin Reza. He's currently charging here. He's got a sugar rush in him. Shadrin Reza, while he does have his unrivaled loyalty to Himori Luna, he knows that there are more worthy Lunas that will be taking over him, so that's why he has decided to move over to the Koseki Bijou number 14. It is not a move of betrayal, but rather a move of essentially giving more worthy drivers a chance to represent Himori Luna. And right now, Shadrin Reza is currently the best driver for Himori Luna they have ever seen. While he is currently the only one, the abilities that he has shown on both Formula Hololive and Hololive GT3 is nothing to be scoffed at. Remember, 3 wins in 2023 in Formula Hololive, en route to hit the 2023 Formula Hololive Japan title. 6 wins in Hololive GT3 for both himself and Himori Luna. And now Shadrin Reza is now absolutely closing into Sean Pauly. Sean Pauly's tires has just gone. Going for that one-stop strategy may work right now, but right now Shadrin Reza is now back onto the grasp of Sean Pauly. And funnily enough, both of them have been beaten by Mikolev and Solomon. 21 seconds between Shadrin Reza and Crystal Solomon. Solomon now sets at 155.6. He's going to be comfortable in getting his race win in. Meanwhile, Sky being overtaken by So Byung-eun, 156.6 for Sean Paul. Isakaji Mikolev, 156.6 for Sean Pauly, 155.2 for Mohamed Shadrin Reza. Shadrin Reza's row eyes for third place is still very much realistic. Shadrin Reza still looking for a podium finish to try to provide as much boost as he can while Rim Olgor is down. Shadrin Reza now looking to find something against Sean Pauly. Oh, you can see here Isakaji Mikolev now starting to catch up to Yu Cheon. And usually these Nissans struggle to find overtakes on the straights. Sean Pauly and Mohamed Shadrin Reza are both catching up to Isakaji Mikolev. Shadrin Reza might just be able to close the gap maybe from 100 to 75 if he can get into second place. First place is still out of the equation with Crystal Salmon still in this race lead, controlling the tempo very well for Aski despite having a pretty damaged front end there. Looks like there was contact between himself and Mohammad Shahid Reza. But we will need to check what happened to Salman later on. Here's Mikalev in second. Sean Pauli third. Shahid Reza now right behind Sean Pauli. The gaps between Salman and Shahid Reza have now closed down to nearly 20 seconds. But then again, can Shahid Reza find 20 seconds in 10 laps? It's going to be impossible, I'll be honest. But what's not impossible is the road to second place. Pauli now having to think about Mohammad Shahid Reza in the back of him. Oh, that's a pretty good exit there by Mohammad Shahid Reza. I think it's possible that Shahid Reza might actually make a move down the inside against Sean Pauli. There's a slipstream. Will he make a move down the inside? 154.441 for Mohammad Shahid Reza, but he has to back off. He needs to find another place to overtake Sean Pauli, and this is a good exit from turn 1. But you can see here Sean Pauli actually having a slight boost. He pulls ahead, or is that Shahid Reza having to lift off? Once again, Mohammad Shahid Reza tries again. Not close enough. Shahid Reza, nearly makes contact with Sean Pauli, but he knows that he needs to get a good run, find an overtaking avenue anywhere, somewhere, for him to at least close the gap to 100 points to Rim Olgor. Well, you can see here the amount of grip that Pauli has lost and how much Sean Pauli is struggling to even get any form of traction in. But you can see here, this is where Sean Pauli manages to get an advantage slightly on Shahid Reza. But you can see here onto the hairpin, Shahid Reza. See if he can get something onto this back straight. Pauli now loses more time to Mikalev, but Mikalev will be sure to lose a lot of time as well, as he will be stuck behind Yu Cheon. Salman will be lapping all the way into the bank as he will continue to pull away from the rest of the field. Shahid Reza now getting very, very close there to Sean Pauli. He needs a very good run on that final corner, on the final chicane. That previous lap did well, but for this one, Shahid Reza is much less closer. He's much farther away from Sean Pauli, so there won't be any moves done, but maybe at the exit of turn 1 he should be able to get it done. Well, it's become very, very clear that Shahid Reza is being held back by Sean Pauli. And against all the odds, Raji Kaczynski is going to be scoring points, as well as Vlasa Damashnev and Lorenzo Ricci. Nakamura will end up with 10th place at Sky Byung-in 9th and 8th. Cheon 15th, Kurashio 12th. And as you can see here, he now blocks the progress of Isekai Mikalev. Shahid Reza still unable to find something against Sean Pauli. Mikalev now struggling behind Yu Cheon, who's currently in that last points position. Meanwhile, Sean Pauli in 3rd place trying to fend off Mohammad Shahid Reza. Will he think of a move down the inside? The answer is going to be no. But if Shahid Reza is at the very least able to accelerate as early as he can, he might think of a dive bomb, but he's gone for the outside line, which it doesn't work. Mikalev still now under pressure to overtake Yu Cheon, because Sean Pauli and Mohammad Shahid Reza are not properly going to catch up to both of them. So this will be Shahid Reza's best chance to grab 2nd place. Shahid Reza is going to try to play the long game. Let's hope that Sean Pauli is able to close in. He needs a better exit off of the final corner. He is only slightly closer, but I don't think he's close enough. Sareza is backing off at the moment, just taking it easy. Here's Mikolev. Here's Rohan also trying to make a move against Jake Goodwin. Both of them stuck behind Lorenzo Ricci. Alex Ren also trying to catch them as well. Oh, Sareza gets close, but it has to lift off once again for some reason. Sareza now getting closer and closer to Sean Pauli, but Sean Pauli is actually pulling away. Mikolev now still trying to find something against Yu Cheon. Will there be a move down the inside? Mikolev has to back off. At the S, will Sareza make something happen? Will Sareza think of a dive bomb? The answer is going to be no. Sareza is still too far back. Sareza really wants a lot of points to steal away from Olgor, but of course we got his his fellow Hololive GT3 Honda brethren making it hard for them because they know that they think that they deserve the point positions more than Shazrin. That's why Sareza will have to fight for it. Nothing is being served on a silver platter, hopefully. Well, nothing sweet is currently earned on a silver platter, but you can see here, Sareza now losing a lot of time to Sean Pauli. Has his tires gone off? Has his tires gone? Mama Shazrin Reza. Sean Pauli now still exerting his advantage in position over Shazrin Reza. Shazrin Reza may have the tires, but Sean Pauli is position in third over Shazrin Reza on a track that's pretty difficult to overtake. Is not exactly pretty difficult to overstate, but here comes Mama Shazrin Reza once again. Shazrin Reza cannot hold back right now. He needs to attack. As you can see here, he is getting closer to Sean Pauli this time. Let's hope that he thinks of a move down the inside. And here comes Mama Shazrin Reza. Is he close enough? Is he gonna shove Sean Pauli off? He's already looking to make a peek down the inside, so Shazrin Reza is going to be sure to give it everything he's got. He's having a good run off of turn 3. Will he make a move down the inside? Not yet. No, just want to get a bit of a tangent. Salman has not enjoyed this much time in the race lead. So let's talk about Crystal Salman for a while. Salman, of course, represents ASCII in this new era of original uniforms for ASCII. From the black vest up to the white corset top, new colors, new logo, and all that stuff. Crystal Salman was, of course, the poster boy for ASCII's new generation, the Scotty era, if you will. Salman, of course, loves eating toast from toasters. He's a toaster man. And of course, he is pretty reserved if you look at how he speaks. Usually speaks very little. He usually speaks in small letters instead of capital letters. So he's not a guy that screams. And we got ASCII, who also prefers to do her performances on the stage, and actually not just on stage but on GeoGuessr as well, as her geographical accuracy is actually the best in Hololive. So right now, what are the odds that ASCII will do a GeoGuessr, and she points out at Twin Ring Motegi, and then she will say, yeah, that is where my driver won. My driver wins here. That's the place where my driver won here some few times ago. Meanwhile, Shazrin Reza still struggling to overtake Sean Pauli. It does get close, but again, you can see here Sean Pauli still edging ahead of Shazrin Reza. It's like they don't want any overtakes to happen. While Mikolev struggles to get something against Yu Cheon. Actually, Sean Pauli is slower than Yu Cheon. I mean, slower than Isakaji Mikolev. So Shazrin Reza really needs to get something done. I'm not sure why Shazrin Reza is thinking that he needs to reserve himself. Joseph Salman's next opponent is Daniel Guyana and Rustin Krasho and Raji Kaczynski right over there. But it'll be doubtful that Salman is going to be catching them anytime soon. You know, there's the Moshnev, there's Yu Cheon, and here's the Sakaiji Mikolev. Here's Sean Pauli. And here's Reza again trying to overtake in the wrong places. That doesn't really matter though. If he can still finish 4th, then he will also need to finish 4th and hope that Rim Olgor doesn't finish. In around the top 7 or top 6. It just hopes that it will be the case. But if he does finish 3rd, then his job will be easier. Then in that case, it will be around 5th. Then it will be 5th. That will be enough for Saturn Reza to clinch the title and hope that Rim Olgor DNFs. Again, that's Sean Pauli brake checking Saturn Reza at the most opportune moment for him to defend his final podium position. Both of them finally slowly catching up. Mikolev is over there. Here's Sean Pauli and Saturn Reza. Saturn Reza gonna need to try to make these next set of corners count once again. But Saturn Reza really needs to start getting better runs off of these corners and go alongside Sean Pauli as early as he can. Maybe brake as late as he can. Sean Pauli is already struggling with his tires, and Saturn Reza already has fresher tires, so there's really not much of a reason for Saturn Reza to hold back. As you can see here, both of them are still pretty near each other. Here's on board Sean Pauli. Here you can see how much Saturn Reza has closed in. What Saturn Reza think of a surprise dive bomb? No dive bombs here so far, but Saturn Reza is actually getting close at the hairpin. This is actually Saturn Reza's pretty good chance if I do say so myself, but Saturn Reza can still at the very least tuck into Sean Pauli. You can see here Sean Pauli has actually oversteered at the corner, but actually still manages to get a late apex to get a good run on that back straight. Salman still continues to lead this race, no problem. And right now, the idea that Salman is going to be winning a Hololive GT3 race is going to be kicking in. The idea is almost going to be set. There's 4 laps to go here in Twin Ring Motegi. In this Motegi 500 Tsuyo series race, Salman have went pointless for the first 2 races of the season. And if he can maintain his position where he is right now, he will immediately catapult himself into what should be a top 5 or top 6. Meanwhile, Saturn Reza is still trying to find something against Sean Pauli, who is also trying to just survive Saturn Reza's onslaught. Both of them having a bit of an issue between themselves. As you can see here, Saturn Reza now the closest he's ever been to Sean Pauli. Will he think of a move down the inside? Maybe it's too close. Saturn Reza has to take it easy. Find something at the exit of these corners. Oh, and that's Sean Pauli actually having problems with the acceleration. And as you can see here, that's Sean Pauli once again trying to go for a late apex. Saturn Reza hops onto the curb slightly, loses some momentum, but he does manage to get something back on this long back straight here in Twin Ring Motegi. It's now 3 laps to go for Crystal Salman for him to bring that ASCII number 12 Honda to the finish line. Will Saturn Reza think of a last lap pass? Will Saturn Reza think of essentially a surprise overtake? Saturn Reza is getting closer and closer to Sean Pauli. No dive bombs down the inside, but he needs to be more brave. He needs to be braver at around turn 1. The exit of this corner. Shadowreza is as close as it's ever been. 0.3 of a second now separate between Shadowreza and Sean Pauli, but no move from Shadowreza just yet. Shadowreza is actually hoping that he could pressure Sean Pauli into a mistake. But right now it's not going to be the case. The gap between Mikolev and Salman sitting at 23 seconds. It's going to be a good Team Honda day for the Gen 0 drivers. Hofumi currently down in 17th place after he retired at the S. It's going to be one of the only few dark spots. But it doesn't really matter for these two Honda drivers. It's going to be a Gen 0 Corset Top Team Honda 1-2 with a Honda podium lockout. No matter what happens between Shadowreza and Sean Pauli, and there's still a good win Rohan and Grant. Again, you can see Shadowreza not finding the right places to overtake. But here comes actually Sean Pauli and Mikolev almost coming together. It's going to be a Korean reunion at this rate. So you can see here, Pauli's not slow enough for Shadowreza to make an easy overtake, but they are faster than Isagaji Mikolev, who's absolutely struggling against Isagaji Mikolev. But there's also one more thing that we need to take a look into. Do they have enough time? Do they have enough time? Because Salman doesn't need to think about it too much. Sure, there may be traffic up front, but he doesn't need to mind about that. He already has a 24-second gap between himself and Isagaji Mikolev. Shadowreza, on the other hand, needs to grab that third place or second place. And now, here comes Etsky, So Byung-eun, also trading blows between each other on the penultimate lap. Here comes the two Nissan drivers, and also Irie Nakamura coming into the mix at this hairpin. So Byung-eun now gets up into a Kaziski and Goyena. Also, Goyena and Karajo also now trading blows. Crystal Salman is now waiting in the wings. There's Rustin Karajo. There is Crystal Salman. Let's just hope that the deja vu, what happened yesterday, don't happen. Still 6 seconds separating Sean Pauli and Isagaji Mikolev. Shadowreza still in 4th place. Not the most ideal place that he needs to be coming into Suzuka, but it'll still be good if Olgor continues to not score a lot of points. Isagaji Mikolev in 2nd place against Yu Cheon, still nothing coming out of it. There's Rustin Karajo. There's Crystal Salman. Will Rustin Karajo cause any troubles to Crystal Salman? We'll have to wait and see. Nothing is settled just yet. Crystal Salman just needs to keep this car in a straight line, in one piece, and into the finish line. That's what he needs to do. That's what he needs to do. He needs to guess his race winning strategy correctly. He needs to have pinpoint accuracy in how he does his final lap if he wants to bring home Aski's first win in Hololive GT3 and his second win in the ARO. It's not going to be deja vu, just like what happened with Ria Liu and Jake Martinez that last time out at Twin Ring Motegi. Shadowreza has one last chance to overtake Sean Pauli. Salman is slowly catching up to Rustin Karajo. This might be it for Crystal Salman. Aski, renowned for her time in Inonaka music, renowned as the virtual diva that was pretty separate from Hololive up until 2022. That was when she partnered with Suisei and all the other Gen 0 members. And it was in April 2022 that she joined Hololive, that she knew how fun it is to be in Hololive. And in 2022 as well, late 2022, she changed her design from Komizuki to Scotty. And from that Scotty change, resulted in a change of the original ID uniforms. Gone were the black vest top and the black Nissan GT-R, and now comes the white corset top in these colors in a Honda NSX. Crystal Salman, representing the V-Diva, who has had a meteoric rise since probably joining Hololive in 2022, is going to live up to the expectations and hype finally. Crystal Salman, representing the virtual diva, only has a few corners left. 12, 13, and 14. The 12 Honda NSX, the 12th Hololive member to receive the corset top in car number 12, for number 12, Crystal Salman representing the virtual diva ASCII finally wins a Hololive GT3 race. He wins the Motegi 500 Tsuyo series race. Isakaji Mikolev will cross the line in second place, assuming no problems come to mind. Sean Pauli with an absolute defensive masterclass, despite having very old tires and very worn out tires, will hold off Mohamed Shoudan Reza for the final podium positions. Isakaji Mikolev second, Sean Pauli third. Step 1 done for Mohamed Shoudan Reza. That's 130 points in the bag. While he won't be too happy with the result and another bad strategy called by the strategist, he will at the very least be able to bring home something against Rim Olgor coming into the final race at Suzuka. Game on. And as for the Team Lexus drivers, the Monster finishes 14th, Richie 16th, Rim Olgor last, Kaczynski in 11th place. Still trying to defend against Guyana and Crashio. But you can tell how this win meant for the Pioneers. ASCII and Crystal Salman finally a Hololive GT3 race winner. You can tell he's going to take it very slowly and carefully here, Salman. He deserves it. He deserves it for each of it. Got a few more cars coming across the line. That's Raja Kaczynski, Daniil Guyena, and Rustim Karashio, who is about to cross the line, and that should officially set the proceedings, and that should be it. We are now going to make it official. Crystal Salman is your Hololive GT3 race winner at the Motegi 500 CO Series race, ahead of Isakaji Mikolev in second, Sean Pauli third. Mohamed Shoudan Reza will live to fight another day in fourth. He will still need to deal with some title permutations if he wants to still win this Hololive GT3 title for Himemori Luna in what should be his final Hololive GT3 race. Jay Goodwin 5th for Okami Mio with 6th place, Jeff Rohan for Takemi Towa, and Alex Grant rounds up a 7-car Honda front 7 lockout, occupying the front 7 places. Also don't want to forget to mention the podium lockout as well. So Byung is the best Nissan driver in the field right now, with Etsky 9th for Kazuma Iroha. Ayu Nakamura finishes 10th for Akai Hato, with Raji Kaczynski the best Lexus driver in 11th, capitalizing on retirements. Daniil Guyana 12th for Sada Picora, Rustin Karashio 13th for Lapas Darkness, with Vlad Damasceno 14th for Aki Rosenthal, with 15th the last points paying position going to Yu Chae-yeon for Takane Lui. Lorenzo Ricci misses out on a single point for Hosha Marine. Hofumi, Tyler Williams, and Mamashaki Reza were involved in excursions. And also we have Rim Olgor not even making it out of the starting line. So excuse us while we are going to load the replay, as we want to see what happened to the drivers. So we want to check what happened to Rim Olgor. So we want to see what has exactly happened. So as you can see here in this replay, what happened to Rim Olgor as the race started. As you can see here, Olgor really wants to try everything in the book, but just wasn't able to get the car launching. This is during the start. You can see your engines revving. And as you can see, he just wasn't able to get the car rolling, and that's him immediately retiring from the race. Meanwhile, if you want to look at what happened to Shakib Reza. As you can hear, Shakib Reza already has to deal with Daniil Guyena with a damaged Moses Nene car. So here's what happened to Mama Shakib Reza. As you can see here, broke at the... Oh, that's from Mama Shakib Reza off. So here's Motegi is on board. He broke at, so he essentially did his braking at the gravel trap and into the grass. So that's why he spun off. And with him being beached to the gravel, that won't be Motegi Reza continuing on. The same goes with Tyler Williams. So here's the story of what happened to Tyler. But this time he is completely on his own. So let's go into his onboard. Yep, same thing. Right side tires hitting the hitting the grass. Lack of a difference in grip. That's why both of them spun. And for the 2022 champion, it will be roughly the same thing. As you can see here, same thing. So we're gonna see go on board Hofumi as well. So you can see here, braking into the breaking the grass on the right side tires. He tries to get himself back in, but he spent so much time almost stationary that the system registers him as a DNF. So you want to see what happened on Alex Grant's POV. This is going to be interesting. So here's Alex Grant's point of view. We just went off there. And you also want to know what happened to Crystal Salmon before he makes his first pit stop, and where he made contact with Southern Reza, if I'm not mistaken. So here's what happened to Salman. So here is what happened to Southern Reza and Salman. So here's what happened to these two drivers. These two were giving it all right until the end. So here's what happened. So you can see here Southern Reza. Oh, and that's Crystal Salman actually breaking into the grass and going off wide. Southern Reza didn't have anything to do with Salman. There was a rare error from Salman, but fortunately it was inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. So we're gonna go on board Salman here in the number 12 Honda. So you can see here trying to defend against Southern Reza. Dips his toes into the grass. Goes off wide, but still keeps his Honda NSX under control and back onto the track almost immediately. Did manage to check if there are any cars out there. And that is a save that defined the race winner. So with that being said, as we mentioned here, we are running this thing not in weekend mode so that we can process possible penalties better and for it to be fair throughout this entire round. So with that out of the way, we are going to end the stream right here. Again, we would like to congratulate ASCII and Crystal Salman for their achievements. So again, as we mentioned here, very, very much deserved for Crystal Salman and for the rest of the team, for the rest of the pioneers at ASCII. And unfortunately they didn't properly process the results, so we are going to have to manually process the results ourselves. So it's going to take us some time to process the results and the championship standings, so please stay tuned to our YouTube channel and on Twitter to check the results and all that stuff. With that being said, we look forward to seeing everyone at Suzuka in the next 2 weeks for Formula Hololive Racing at Suzuka, and then that very next week, the season finale for Hololive GT3 at Suzuka. So with that out of the way, we'd like to end the stream here. We'd like to thank everyone for watching the Motegi 500 at Suzuka, right after Motegi 500, both the Tsuyo and Zako series races. We find it very entertaining. We hope every one of you think the same thing. That out of the way, my name is Motegi Reza in the commentary booth, and we'll see you in the next 2 weeks at Suzuka. And with that being said, take care, everyone.